Do you remember last video when I said,
So what are you doing today, Maureen?
no, I said this. Look at these gorgeous grapes. We want to take these to make grape juice. So then what are you doing today, Maureen? After making that delicious grape juice, which I will put a little addendum that it's probably better to put double the water to the concentrate of grape juice. That's what we found for ours. But I have all of this pulp and seed left over. And so I want to make either a jam or jelly. I have no idea what will take place with this. So we have all of this left over and it's beautiful and thick and pulpy. And I want to attempt to make a jam or jelly with it. To start, I will need to run it through a food mill. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually heat it up just so that some of the juices will actually release from what's in here, because I do know that there is some juice. So we will add it to our pot. So I have 8 cups of this pulp and seed. And to that, I'm just gonna add some water to prevent it from burning. 1 cup of water. I really kind of feel that I need to kind of stay on it because I don't want it to scorch, but I just want to kind of extract some of the juices that were in there. So I am going to kind of stay on it. I've got it between low and medium for the temperature right now. And I do have another cup of water on hand because if I'm not seeing some of the juices come out, then I'm going to add a little bit more water just so that we don't end up scorching it. But this just looks so good. And oh, the smell is just so grapey. It's so good. Wow. I could have just thrown this out to the chickens or composted it, but I just felt like it would be great for me to attempt to make a jam or a jelly with it rather than just letting it go to compost or whatever. The 20 pounds of grapes that we had, to me that was just too much to make that much jam or jelly. So this is going to work out great. We've got the wonderful grape juice all canned up, and then I'm going to attempt to do this jam or jelly. I don't know which one it'll end up being. Why do you ask? Well, because I think I've maybe made jam or jelly maybe once or twice in my life, and so this is all new for me. It seems to be doing pretty good. So far I haven't needed to add that other cup of water because any water I'm going to add into it is just going to have to boil down. If I stay on top of it the whole time, it'll prevent it from burning. And I just want to get it warmed, and then I'm going to put it through the food mill. I'm going to be using this food mill, which is made by OMAC, and it's made in Italy, and it's stainless steel. And I really like this one. I've seen some online and they just have a loop, but this has got a nice handle. But I'm gonna just show you how to put it together. It comes with 3 different discs. You have a fine mesh, a large one, and a medium one. And I think I'm gonna use the medium one. So you get this funnel-like thing. You're gonna take it and put it upside down in the bottom. And then your grinder here, it's got a little peg, and you're gonna place it into the hole, and then it's got these stabilizers here. And so we're just gonna put 1 stabilizer in, and then we're gonna push it down so that this other one goes in the other side and locks in place. And then we have it all ready to go to put our pulp through. The other part that I really like is that it has these little legs that flick out, and then you can place it right on top of your bowl. And now we can begin putting our pulp through the food mill. All right, the vegetable mill does take some time, but you know, doesn't use electricity. I think if you're sitting with a friend, the time would go by really fast. I still have a bit left to go, but I have my 8 cups in the bowl here. I think what we'll probably do is maybe turn this into an apple butter. And what we might do is just go ahead and grind the seeds. Now, I'm assuming that there probably are a few ground up seeds in this, which is okay because those grape seeds are going to add in more nutrition and more, you know, vitamins and minerals and things like that. So let's get this heated up. Back on the burner. So we've got this on a medium boil at this point, And I am going to add about 6 cups of sugar. I'm not going to be putting any pectin because there is natural pectin that is in the grapes. And I'm not going to use like an extra additive like sourdough. You know, sourdough of course would make this go by much quicker, but I thought I would like to try it without adding any extra chemicals. So we're just using grapes and sugar. Yeah, sugar is a chemical, I get it. Between the sugar and the grapes, it will act as its own pectin, but I'm just going to add 1 cup of sugar and then stir that in and just keep stirring. This is going to take some time to get to a boiling point. We'll just keep adding in the sugar. The sugar is going to actually help to absorb up some of the liquid. I'm going to put 2 cups in this time. Basically, it's almost like this mash has turned into almost like a tomato paste. So I think that's 3 cups of our sugar. And because it is so thick, you know, I want to keep on stirring it. So dark. Yeah, we got about 2 cups left. I pre-measured the sugar because I know when I'm talking and putting in scoops that I'm actually not keeping track of how many. So then I thought this is a way to ensure that I get the right amount of sugar in. Oh, there's a little seed. We'll just pull him out. Just look at the richness of this. It's just so beautiful. I wanted to hold off putting in all 6 cups just because I would like to taste it and see, because I don't want it overly sweet. I can hear a little bit of bubbling happening in there. You know, we're just at a medium heat or so, but we'll keep stirring it. So we are getting some bubbling happening, and I want to add in a thermometer. So I am just going to clip it onto the side. I'm probably going to use a few different methods on knowing whether the jam is set. A good temperature to have it at, I believe, is 220 degrees Fahrenheit. So that's pretty hot. And also to watch the bubbles, and also use the spoon method to let it drip off the spoon to see how it's dripping. So we can tell that our jam isn't set because of just how it's dripping off the spoon. So we'll keep it stirred. So let's do a quick taste to see if we want to add in any more. Just keep it stirring. Woo! It does splatter if you stop stirring. Yeah, 5 cups of sugar is more than enough. I have heard that, you know, this boiling could be, you know, 15 minutes or more. If I did just use the sourdough, it would be just a few minutes. But like I said, I didn't want to have any extra additives and preservatives in it. I just want to let the sugar be the preservative. Okay. I moved up to a taller pot. I don't have my stock pot right now. It's on loan to some friends. And so I do have one that's a little bit taller because it was just really splattering out. And also I went and got the long-handled wooden spoon. Jam making is a dangerous sport, just so you know. So if you ever do want to try taking on making jam, this method, start with a really tall stock pot and definitely have a spoon that can keep your hands away because it has splattered everywhere. If I do our little sample of taking some out, taking it above and letting it drip off, it is dripping slowly, but I'm gonna call this, and if it doesn't gel up like jam, I'm gonna call it a preserve. All right, let's can these bad boys up. So cute little jam jars. So once again, I'm going to be doing open kettle method. So that means I have hot jars, hot liquid, hot seals. And so we will begin. Just going to use a debubbler now here. That one's too full. I'm just going to go ahead and take this one right out. Take him back down. There we go. So just to be on the safe side, I am just going to use my paper towel to go around on the top to remove any jam that might be on there. It's sticky, sticky stuff. And then we're going to take our, I like to use vinegar because that's going to cut through some of that sugar so that we can make sure we're going to get a nice clean seal. So these cute little jars here, I got them from my sister-in-law, and they have this cute little gingham top. And so I just thought that would be cute for a nice little jar of jam. I wasn't sure how many I was going to need, so I just have some other half-pint jars here. So I might get 2 more jars. It's not quite a jar, but I will just put it in the jar so I can see basically what happens to it as it's cooling. And, you know, we'll do a taste test with that one. Okay, well,
she made jam
they were with me
while I was at work.
So these have all sealed, the little ones. I'm still waiting on a couple of poppers. I think I have 1 more to pop, but I have this little extra that we're going to try.
Okay.
And it didn't seal, which I wasn't expecting it to.
No.
Have a smell.
Oh, very like grapey, winey. That's cool.
Yes. So we've got some sourdough bread, and we're just gonna do a little sample to see what the texture is. Oh, so
it's very thick.
Yeah. So the texture is quite thick. I wasn't quite sure if it was gonna do that.
I wasn't here, so did you use pectin or sugar?
Just sugar.
Just sugar. Okay.
All right. And here's the knife.
Thank you. Now this is a true test because I'm someone who doesn't like jams or jellies unless they are homemade, and it's even better if they're pectin-free for me. So.
This is pectin-free.
Perfect.
Cheers.
Cheers. Wow, good for you. Mmm.
It's very good.
Yeah, I could. Yeah.
It's so grapey. I was thinking, like, I did a lot of licking the spoons before they went in the dishwasher, and it's like this could be a really nice spread or a filling into something.
This would be great on a charcuterie, actually.
I'm so glad that we hung on to the leftover pulp and turned it into this jam. So my favorite jellies or jams are strawberry
and grape. Yeah.
And this is the best grape jam I've ever had. Like grape jelly is just, it's mostly sugar and you don't really taste it.
Yeah.
This, you can taste the grapes.
Kind of cool that we got juice and jam out of one harvest.
It's like, I'm super impressed. Just to recap, since you weren't here, the food meal does take a long time. When you are going to be cooking it down, you want a tall pot because it splatters.
Right.
You know, there's still splatter. Yes, there's splatter on the floor. I showed them. And there's splatter on my glasses and a big wooden spoon just because you want to have that. I didn't put in the 6 cups of sugar. I put in only 5. And we did, I tasted it and I went, it's sweet enough. And yeah, this is forming like jam.
It is. Very much. So it's not a jelly, it's a jam for
Yes,
sure.
yes. Well, jelly is when you're just using juice.
Right. Okay.
This has got, the peels and everything in it, and it's all pureed down. There could be some seeds,
That's fine.
but you want to get it to a temperature and you want to let it cook long enough
Right.
so that the natural pectins and the sugar will thicken it. So
Right.
anyway,
Well done, Mom.
thanks. I hope you're having a great day wherever you are. I know I'm sure happy that I've got grape jam, and these are going to work out great as gifts this coming Christmas. And I, of course, look forward to seeing you on the next video. So take care. God bless. No, that's mine.